welcome to my channel Coding Lectures. So in this video we are going to learn how to print prime numbers from 1 to 100. Alright, first of all, what is a prime number? A prime number is a number that is divisible by only two numbers. What are the numbers? 1 and itself. Okay, so if any number is divisible by any other number along with 1 and itself, then it is called as non-prime number. As we know, every number is divisible by 1 and itself, right? Like starting from 1 to 1000, whatever the number is divisible by 1 and itself. But if a number is divisible by any other number along with 1 and itself, then it is called as a non-prime number. Okay, as you can see, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, etc. all these are prime numbers, and 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, etc. all these are non-prime numbers. For 2, 1 and 2 are the only numbers which can divide the 2 perfectly. What about 3? 1 and 3. What about 5? 1 and 5. So for 7, 11 also same. 1 and 7 and 1 and 11. It means what? 1 and itself. So if any number is divisible by only 1 and itself, then the number is said to be prime number. Alright. It means what? These numbers are only get divisible by 1 and itself. Okay. As you can see, 1 is the common factor of every number. Like for 2, 3, whatever the number, 1 is the common factor. Whatever the other number is itself. For 2, 2 would be the factor. For 3, 3 would be the factor. Okay. So what about the non-prime numbers like 4, 6, 8, 10, 12? For 4, 1, 2, 4 are the factors which can divide the 4 number perfectly. What about 6? 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. What about 8? 1, 2, 4, 8. Okay, if you observe carefully, for all these numbers along with 1 and itself, there are other numbers which can divide these numbers perfectly. For example, if you consider 4, for 4 along with 1 and itself, which means 4, 2 is a number which can divide the 4 perfectly. So that is why these numbers are called as non-prime numbers, because there are more than 2 factors. Okay. So from this we have learned that prime numbers will only get divisible by 1 and itself. Okay, let's look at the program now. So now we'll write a program to check if a number is prime number or not. Alright, after that we'll write a program to display all the prime numbers between 1 to 100. Okay. Here I am taking a class and I am naming it as prime followed by main method, which is public static void main string args, and then I am taking a variable which is num, and then I initialize my variable with 3. Okay, for 3, what are the factors? 1 and 3 are the only factors which can divide these 3 perfectly. Alright. So if you observe carefully, what is the last factor of this number 3? 3 itself, right? It means the number itself will be the last factor. For 5, what is the last factor? 5. For 7, 7 will be the last factor. It means for any number, the last factor will be the number itself. Greater than that number will not become a factor. For example, if you consider 3, for 3, greater than 3 will not become a factor. Like 4 and 5, whatever the number which is greater than 3 will not become a factor. Okay. So I initialized my I variable with 1 and I'm iterating till number. As I've said before, for any number the factors would be starting from 1 till that particular number. So that is why I initialized my variable with 1 and I less than or equal to number. Okay. And then I plus plus. So what we are doing here is we are checking if num ampersand I double equal to 0. Here what does I means? Here we just want to know whether I is a factor of this number or not. If I is a factor of this number, then we will increment our count variable by 1. So initially my count variable is 0. If this condition is satisfied, then we will increment count variable by 1. It means what here? I is a factor of number. If the condition is true means I is a factor of number. Then the count variable will get incremented by 1. After that, if count is double equal to 2, then my number is called as a prime number. So what I'm doing here is system.out.println. The number is prime number. Else the number is not a prime number. Okay. For any prime number, there are two factors. It means the count value will always be 2. So if that count is 2, then my number is prime number, else my number is not a prime number. I can do this program in a different way also. Like I can initialize my I variable with 2 and I can iterate till number by 2. At that time, count value will not become 2. Count value will always be 0 at that time. So, but for beginners, this would be a bit easy. So that is the reason I'm explaining in this way. Okay. So number is 3, right? We'll start from for loop. I is equal to 1. 1 is less than or equal to 3. The condition is true. It will go inside the for loop and it will check the condition. If number ampersand I, it means what if 3 by 1 double equal to 0? Yes. 3 by 1 is double equal to 0. The condition is true. Now the count value will become 1. Now I value will become 2. 2 is less than or equal to 3. Condition is true. If 3 by 2 double equal to 0, no, the condition is false. So the count value will remain same. And then I value will become 3 now. 3 is less than or equal to 3. The condition is true. Is 3 by 3 double equal to 0? Yes, 3 by 3 is equal to 0. So count value will become 2 now. After that, I value will become 4. 4 is not less than or equal to 3. So it will come out from the for loop. Now it will check the condition whether C is double equal to 2 or not. Obviously, C is double equal to 2. So it will print it as a prime number. For example, if C is not double equal to 2, it will print it as a not a prime number. Okay. So now let's save and then compile and run the program. So cd slash of folder name and then for compilation java c space prime.java. Okay. Since there are no errors, let's run the program java space prime. As you can see, 3 is prime number. Okay. Now I will change my num to 4. So 4 means what? It will start from 1 and it will iterate till 4. Okay, let's look at the for loop now. So I is equal to 1. Is 1 less than or equal to 4? Yes, 1 is less than or equal to 4. The condition is true. So it will go inside the for loop. Now it will check the condition if number ampersand I. It means what? 4 by 1 double equal to 0. Yes, the condition is true. So now count value will become 1. Now I value will become 2. Is 2 less than or equal to 4? Yes, the condition is true. It will check the condition if 4 by 2 double equal to 0. Yes, 4 by 2 double equal to 0. The condition is true, right? So now the count value will become 2. Now I value will become 3 now. So is 3 less than or equal to 4? Yes, the condition is true. Is 3. It means is 4 by 3 double equal to 0? No, 4 by 3 is not equal to 0. So the count value will remain same. Now I value will become 4. 4 is less than or equal to 4. The condition is true. Is 4 by 4 double equal to 0? Yes, 4 by 4 is equal to 0. Now the count value will become 3. Okay, now we'll check the condition. If count is double equal to 2, is count double equal to 2? No, count is not equal to 2. Count is greater than 2. It means other than 2. So at that time what we'll do, we'll print it as a, it is not as a prime number. Okay. Let's save and compile and run the program. As you can see, 4 is not a prime number. Okay. So what we can conclude from this particular logic is if the count value is 2, then it is a prime number. If the count value is not equal to 2, then it is not a prime number. Okay, as I've said before, we can even do it in a different way. Like I can initialize my I variable with the 2 and I can iterate till number by 2, but since it's for the beginners, so it would be a bit easy for the beginners to follow this particular logic. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll write a program to display all the prime numbers starting from 1 till 100. Okay, all we need to do is we need to add another for loop. It means here we have to use nested for loop in order to display prime numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, so as I've said, we have to use nested for loop. Here it contains two for loops. One is outer for loop and another one is inner for loop. Outer for loop is exclusively for the numbers starting from 1 to 100, where inner loop is the place where the condition gets checked. Okay. So here we want to print prime numbers from 1 to 100, right? It means I should initialize my variable with 1 and it should iterate till 100. So what would be the condition? For int j is equal to 1, j is less than or equal to 100, j plus plus. Here as I've said, this outer loop, it means this j loop is exclusively for the numbers. And the inner loop, which is I loop, is exclusively for the condition, where the condition gets checked. Okay. So here what is j? J is nothing but it's a number. So now j is 1 and after that j will become 2. So every time we will check each number whether it is a prime number or not. In the previous program we have directly initialized our number variable with 3, right? But here since we want to print all the prime numbers, so that is the reason we have to use another for loop. So for example, when j is 1, so now we are checking whether this 1 is prime number or not. How we will check? Inside for loop we have another condition. So this is the condition for prime numbers, right? So here that one value will get checked whether it is a prime number or not. As you can see, we have initialized our outer loop, which is j loop, with 1 and it will iterate till 100. So inside the for loop we have another for loop, which is I loop, where the condition will get checked. Okay, so it means what? Every time it will check whether j is a prime number or not. Now j value is 1, so 1 will get checked whether it is prime number or not. If it is a prime number, we will print that number, else we will not print any number. Okay, we'll only print the prime numbers. Okay, after that j value will become 2 and again 2 will get checked if it is a prime number or not. So it will continue till j value 100. Okay, as you can see, I've said before, j value is nothing but it's a number. So we are checking every time whether this number, which is j, is a prime number or not. Okay, now, so now our j value is 1. It means what? We will check whether this 1 is a prime number or not. Okay. So what is the condition? In order to be a prime number, definitely the count value should be 2. Using this particular logic, the count value should be 2. If the count is 2, then only it is a prime number. Here, if you observe carefully, we have initialized our I with 1 and we are iterating till j. Why j? Here j means what? J is just a number. Okay, for example, if you consider j as 3, it means what? What would be the factors? It would be anywhere from 1 to 3. So that is the reason we have initialized our I with 1 and we should iterate till that number. So what is the number? Number means what? J, right? So that is the reason we have initialized with 1 and we are iterating till that number. For example, if you consider 5, 5 means what? What would be the factors of 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anywhere from 1 to 5. So the factors can't be more than 5. So that is the reason I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to j. Alright. So now j is 1, right? So now we will check whether this 1 is a prime number or not. So 1 is less than or equal to 100. The condition is true. It will go inside the for loop, where we have another for loop. So now I is equal to 1. So I is less than or equal to j. Is 1 is less than or equal to 1? Yes, 1 is less than or equal to 1. The condition is true. It will go inside the for loop, where we have another condition. If j ampersand I double equal to 0. What is j? 1. What is I? 1. Is 1 by 1 equal to 0? Yes, the condition is true. So now the count value will become 1. Okay. After that, I value will become 2. Okay. J value is same 1. So is 2 less than or equal to 1? 2 is not less than or equal to 1. The condition is false. It means what? We will not print that number. So here we have to check if count is double equal to 2, then only we will print that number. Okay. So is count double equal to 2? No, count is 1. So it is not 2. So we will not print 1. Okay. If you observe carefully, int c is equal to 0. It means our count variable should declare inside the first for loop, which is j loop. What will happen if we declare before for loop means here for every number the count value should starts with 0, because if count is equal to 2, then only we will print that number as a prime number. But if we declare it before for loop means the count value will keep get updated. So that is the reason we should always declare this count variable after the first j loop. Okay. Since the count value for 1 is not equal to 2, so that is the reason it will not print 1. Now j value will become 2. J value will become 2. Now it will check. So 2 is less than or equal to 100. Yes, the condition is true. It will go inside the for loop where we have another for loop. Now I is equal to 1. 1 is less than or equal to 2, as because j is 2, right? So 1 is less than or equal to 2, the condition is true. It will go inside the for loop. If j ampersand I, it means what? If 2 by 1 double equal to 0, yes, the condition is true. Now the c value will become 1. Okay, c value will become 1. Now I value will become 2. So is 2 less than or equal to what is j? J is 2, right? So j value is not get changed. So is 2 less than or equal to 2? Yes, 2 is less than or equal to 2. The condition is true. It will go inside the for loop and will check if 2 by 2 double equal to 0. Yes, again the condition is true. Now the count will become 2. Now I will become 3. Is 3 less than or equal to 2? False. So it will come out from the inside for loop, which is I loop. Okay, inside a loop, it will not exit from the outside for loop. It will only exit from inside for loop. Now it will check if count double equal to 2. Yes, count is double equal to 2. Now it will print that number, which is 2. As you can observe one thing here we have declared and initialized our count variable inside the for loop, which is j loop. Okay, why? Because for every number, the count value should always starts from 0. When j was 1, the count value gets updated to 1. Okay, but when j becomes 2, we are again starting our count variable with 0 only. Okay. For example, if we declare this count variable outside the for loop, like above the for loop, if we declare, what will happen is, initially when j was 1, the count is updated to 1. Now c is set to 1. Okay, now j becomes 2. As you can see, count is 2, right? But now count is not become 2, it will become 3, because 1 plus 2 is 3, because count is updated to 1, not 0. So when count is 3, obviously count is not equal to 2, so it is not a prime number, but 2 is a prime number. So here the problem is, because of this we are getting problem. So that is the reason we always declare and initialize c, which is count variable, inside the for loop. Okay. So as you can see, for every number the count value is starting from 0. When j is 1, the count value is starting from 0. Okay. When j become 2, again the count value will start from 0. When j become 3, the count value will start from 0. It means the count value will always start from 0 for every new number. Okay. So here what I'm doing, system.out.println prime numbers are. Okay. Now let's save this program and then compile and run. So I'm saving the file and then open command prompt. So now let's compile the program. So java c prime dot java. No errors. Let's run java prime. As you can see, prime numbers are, it started from 2, and what is the last prime number? Last prime number is 97. Okay, so this is how we print prime numbers from 1 to 100. Now what I want to do is I want to get the user input. That means user should give the starting value and the last value. It means, for example, if user enter the starting value as 50 and the ending value as 100, so in between 50 and 100, what are the prime numbers that are present, we should display that. Okay, so let's see. So before that, we should import scanner class. So import java.util.scanner, and then we created an object for scanner class. So scanner sc is equal to new scanner of system.in. So here I'm taking a starting value, because system.out.println, enter the starting value. And then I am storing it in a yes variable. So int sc is equal to sc dot next int. So now I have to get last number. So system.out.println, enter the last number, and I am storing this in a L variable. So int L is equal to sc.next. So in the previous program, what we did was we have initialized our for loop with 1 and we are iterating till 100. But now what we'll do is we'll initialize our for loop, which is J loop, with yes, and then we'll iterate till L. Okay. So here yes and L are the starting and the last numbers. Okay. Now for in J is equal to yes, it means J should start from yes and J should iterate till L, right? So J less than or equal to L. That's it. You can just simply save the program again and then compile and run the program. So let's compile the program, no errors, and run. Enter the starting number. So I'm entering it as 50. Enter the last number, 200. You can see prime numbers are displayed starting from 50 till 200. Okay, these are the prime numbers. So 50, 59 till 119 is the last prime number. Okay, so this is how we will print prime numbers in a given range. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel.